Montez at the midday. I am your host, Dre Montez, also host of Who's to Blame, the podcast. How we doing? High fives. Let's hug it out. Let me see them shoulders shake now. It's way back Wednesday edition of Montez at midday. How is everyone doing? How's work going for you? Let chilly out there. Put a scarf on. Dress them babies up. And eat some good lunch today. Got to stay hydrated. Shout out to the title sponsor, the Weed Squad, located at 8088 Watson Road. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the latest episode of my podcast, Who's to Blame, it is up and available on SoundCloud and Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, Tumblr, as well as the link is on our Facebook page, Who's to Blame, our Instagram page, Who's to Blame the podcast, our Twitter page at W2B Dre Montez. All kind of ways to get caught up on episode 441 of the show. We're getting close to 500 people. We're getting close. All right. What a night, huh? LA is hot. Lakers, Dodgers, Rams playing well. What LA just really filling it up right now. They're really getting the love out there in the sports world. But congratulations to Dodger Blue. And what about Clayton Kershaw, man? Okay, finally, right? We're going to applaud the guy. He went through a living nightmare of hell. But they finally did it. Good riddance. Good job. We're staying with this World Series thing here today on Montez at midday. I want to bring up something here in the St. Louis area that yesterday was D-Freeze Day. Yesterday was David Freeze Day, baby. Did you get out there and celebrate? Do you know what happened on October 27th, 2011? I do. What a night. We'll see you tomorrow night. National D-Freeze Day. David Freeze, the man who should never, ever pay for anything in St. Louis, Missouri for the rest of his life. Never should pay for anything at all. If anyone charges him, shame on you. He forever changed the day, my emotions. I cried like a baby. He showed up at our softball game at Forest Park later on that week. Remarkable. But speaking of that, let's go back to that time, that 2011 season. As we were coming up on it, it didn't look too good for Cardinal fans. Didn't look too good considering the ultimatum that Pujols put management in. He wanted a deal done by spring training. We know how that turned out. Holiday got hurt. Wainwright out for the year. Pujols broke his hand. D-Freeze got hit in the head, messed up his ankle. And La Russa caught shingles. It didn't look good, ideally, that we were going to go to the World Series. But, hey, 11-11, that's what we kept chanting the whole time in downtown working the Cardinal games. Shout out to Caller Cart and my buddy Mark Menden and the great people over at Kilroy's because we had a phenomenal time that night. I can't believe that 2011 was 9 years ago. It's just that much fun, that much excitement. The way this city, you couldn't hear yourself. It was absolute pandemonium outside. It was an amazing night. Then the following night, we went ahead and brought it on home to get 11-11 as the St. Louis Cardinals won the World Series in 2011. But yesterday was National David Freeze Day. D-Freeze, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm bobbleheading with him. We bobbleheading together. We're going to get us a bobblehead, Dre. But that's how I felt yesterday. Went on the last night in the World Series where, again, that word is getting coaches recognition, is getting management recognition, is getting ownership recognition. But on the other side, sometimes you go with the feel over analytics. It has helped some people. It has hurt some people. And the way that young man was pitching last night, I don't know. But they've been working that way the entire baseball season, but it finally came back and bit him in the ass. They were looking at a game 7 the way I thought, the way he was humming out there on the mound. But that's one of those decisive moments in coaching when you're really reading too much into the numbers. You're looking way too much into the numbers of the game instead of going with right here. What Gene Hackman's saying to replacements. Got to have heart. You got to have it. And sometimes you show that over analytics. And I think and thought last night that the Tampa Bay Rays were definitely showing that, especially the pitching. He was the best player in the game last night. I mean, lights out pitching. I think they set a record for the most strikeouts in a World Series game combined. We know what they did with the home runs. We know what they did with hitting. But I really did enjoy this unusual baseball season, postseason, and World Series as well. Even though my Cardinals didn't do as well as we wanted them to do, but as a baseball fan and appreciator of this sport, well done, Major League Baseball. And to the crazy part of the game, I just talked about on my podcast about the NFL players in COVID-19, how they're not taking it seriously, the ones that are not dressing out for games, teams, individuals that already decided they're done for the year. They're not taking it as serious with the social distancing and being safe and health conscious. And last night we found out that Turner was removed from the game due to a positive test coming back. I still want to know, how does a positive test result come back in the middle of a fucking World Series? That's something that the medical people need to deal with. He was removed from the game. So they win the World Series, and then lo and behold, we're just going to throw all that out the window. Come on out here with the team. There was babies out there. There were women out there. There was everybody out there. In a couple of pictures, he took his mask down. So we've seen what has happened on the collegiate level, the NFL, when they're not practicing social distancing rules and regulations. There's been fines. I want to know how this is going to go. I know he's an upcoming free agent. We'll see what all that, but still, I get it. He's a part of that team. You want him involved in the celebration. Get behind that plastic wall right there. Inside there, we'll show you the World Series trophy. You know, we'll throw beer on you on the plastic, but you're not coming out here. No, I didn't agree with that at all last night in the way that it was handled. And the numbers on the rise again throughout the United States and certain cities on the rise, because Monday and yesterday numbers shot through the roof. I just didn't agree with the way it was done with the celebration and bringing him back on the field, because immediately you're supposed to be quarantined. And there was none of that going on whatsoever. He was hugging people. He pulled the mask down a few times. But when you've been waiting that long to win a championship, I guess everything goes out the window, so to speak. Speaking of championships and throwing everything out the window, congratulations to a local softball team here, Team Takeover. They won a softball tournament last weekend. Great job, guys. And honorable mention to 5A1 as well. Great job, guys. Great job. Former softball teammate and competitor, James Reagan Johnson out there. Former Bulldog at Sumner High School as well. Great guy. Great work ethic. Loves the game of softball. He's always been posing this question on me. Am I coming back to softball? And now that I turned 50, am I going to play in 50 and over? Here's the best way I can put this. I retired from softball 5 years ago. 22 months ago, I went through a vision loss episode where I have a condition called LHON, which stands for Leber's Hereditary Optical Neuropathy. I am legally blind. So me playing softball again is out the window. I never thought, even put it into the think tank when I was playing ball, if I wanted to play in a 50 and over league, because I saw the hell that me playing softball from the age of 19 to 45 did to my relationships and marriages. So I didn't think about actually going through that again, turning 50. Didn't know I was going to be single at 50, but no, I cannot play ball again. I'm trying to get out there and help coach. I'm in talks with a couple of teams and helping coach with a few teams next year if I can get out there and do that. That's the best way I can give back to softball. I can't play ever again. It was fun. I had a blast, but no 50 and over for this guy. No. Those days over. It's fun. I enjoy watching you guys play in the 50 and over, the 60 and over. My buddy Blaine Barth, his dad was playing in the 70 over league a few years ago and won the World Series. Mr. Barth, my man, my man, my man. But that's as far as it goes when it comes to me playing softball again, a tournament ball. But me showing up to tournaments and things of that nature, oh, of course I'll be there, and the ones that I can make. Back to matters at hand. Oh, here's one of my favorite things right here I want to bring up. When you put in the work, great rewards come to you. We've seen it in the sports world. We've seen it in the comeback stories of Antonio Brown as he learned his lesson about social media. And Mr. Dez Bryant, he's back in here. He's out and on the practice squad with the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, yeah, hey, look, Dez went through some things. 2014, that dude, hey, he did some things in the NFL. He did some things. The catch, not a catch in the Green Bay game, I don't know. That still brings up arguments right now. You go to the right barbershop and you get around the right Cowboy fan. You know, it's one of those things. It's up there with Tom Brady and Charles Woodson. That was a damn fumble. Yeah, the tuck rule bullshit. But Dez Bryant is back. But the crazy thing about this, he turned down 3 years, $21 million with Baltimore when he was released from the Cowboys. Now here he is making $12,000 a week. Go on, Dez. When you put in the work, you see results. Probably not right away, but when you put in the work, I think in the end, you become more appreciative of what you were working on or going through. But when it just happened for you, I mean, you just don't really get it. Like the Dodgers, for instance, they're going to really, really sit back. Probably not today, probably not tomorrow, but over the weekend, it's going to really sink in on these guys that have been there for the long haul. For the long haul, and it really registered with them. We put in the work, and here's what we were rewarded. So congratulations again to the Dodgers out there. And also, when you put in the work, young local guy, Tavon Brooks is running for alderman. I will share that information on our social media page when I get done. I just want to put out the announcement. This young man is trying to make a difference in his neighborhood and community and people around him that share that same like idea. These young politicians are coming. So Tavon Brooks, do your thing, my man. Do your thing right there. But how did you celebrate National Defreeze Day yesterday? I cannot get enough of those highlights of 2011, October 27th. I cannot. That game 6 was when everyone went home. I think by the time we got back to the garage, we were just sitting there. I think my buddy Mitchell Dobson was there as well. We're sitting there reflecting on what the fuck just happened. How the game went back and forth. And we came out with that W. We were just reflecting on the whole night, a little bit of the season. And then the following night, I think I lost my voice. It was remarkable. It was fantastic. When your team wins the World Series or a championship and you're there and you're with them, it really gets to you. It becomes one of those type of situations out there right there, especially for me. But when you put in the work, I'm telling you, man, you're more appreciative to a whole lot of things out there that come, whether it's the easy way, the conventional way, the new norm, no matter what. But I love that whole phrase, when you put in the work. As Ken Griffey Jr. said, when it came to him being talked to by Shay Sharp about why didn't you do steroids? He said, my father told me when you put in the work, you don't need to use the steroid. All righty then, Ken Griffey Jr., the most exciting man in baseball right there. So, wow. Again, congratulations to Team Takeover softball team. Good job, guys. And honorable mention to 5A1 softball team as well. You guys out there balling, keep up the great work. With this liquid sunshine going on right now, as the United States Navy taught me how to deal with rainy days like this, always think of the positive. Go into that think tank, pull out something. So on this way back Wednesday, there's this TV laugh light that I've been into since about, I want to say August. I've been watching these same shows over and over and over again. As much as I watched them, I find something relatable to the sports world, the drive, the attack and the process mode. And these shows, man, I'm telling you, right now, they have really, really helped. Park and Recreation, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Veep, The Office, and 30 Rock. I'm probably now watching Veep, the complete whole series. It's probably my 5th time. I've watched Curb Your Enthusiasm on my 3rd time. The Office, probably 10th time. I'm on my 2nd time with 30 Rock. Parks and Rec, I'm on my 2nd time with that. But these shows, man, they're just something else. And Veep has really been my medicine right now because considering what's going on with the pandemic and with politics, this show is very, very relatable to a whole lot of things that are going on. And it kind of does a pun with politics in a very, very dark black comedy way. And I have been enjoying the show. Julia Dreyfus. It's off the chain. That lady is off the chain. If it's your first time tuning in, want to know what the hell am I doing up here talking, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, we come on here with Montez at midday. Give you a recap and my thoughts in the world of sports and entertainment or interesting topics of discussion. And also in your segue to listen to my latest episode of my podcast, Who's to Blame. Check it on out. The latest episode is up, episode 441. We're getting close to 450. I don't know what spectacular, what amazing thing we're going to do. We're still going out here attacking the process, trying to get more people onto the show to do some marketing and advertising with us. But if you in the listening area would just like to make a donation to the show, please feel free. Be greatly, greatly appreciated via Cash App, $ Dre Montez 314. We don't care how much you donate. It's just the fact that you did. All denominations are welcome. All of them, all of them, all of them. But what did you do for your National Defreeze Day? Did you put on your Cardinal jersey and watch that World Series all over again? I kind of did. In a highlight type way. It was emotional. I mean, that was it for Pujols. And the way we won that World Series, a lot of emotion all over the place. Man, we were hugging each other. We're telling each other we love you and this. I think I saw a couple getting married in the middle of the street down there by patios. It was something else. But last night, the World Series kind of brought back that feeling of that championship, that World Series, that baseball love, knowing how other teams and other fans feel once their team finally wins the World Series. LA Dodgers, it was a 32-year drought. Welcome to the club. The Club of Champions. Huh? How about that? The Club of Champions has to be pretty bad when you know someone who roots for a team and they haven't won a championship. It has to be pretty rough. It's a whole lot of teams out there like right now that are going through that. And in fact, there are some that haven't been to the postseason in quite some time. We got to think about those guys. With Halloween coming up, things can get pretty spooky in college football and the NFL as well. If you don't believe me, just watch what's about to happen over the next few weeks in college football in the NFL. Some crazy shit about to happen because the competition level is being risen. It's coming on up a little bit. As they say in the hood, keep swinging for the fences, Pookie, of something of that nature right there. But National Defreeze Day was awesome. Get yourself a bobblehead today. That's what we need to get, Drake. Get us a bobblehead. Let's get our marketing team on that. As I mentioned on the podcast, they're doing things a little different in Bell Vegas. Have some great, amazing sponsors in the Belleville area as they're doing a different transition with the pandemic going on. So feel free to get some food to go, get some gift cards, Make a plan to help out during the holidays, whatever you can. Support your local and small business in your neighborhood and community. As we have Rogers Place over there in Belleville, Port 322 located at 322 East Main, the Office Lounge, Tavern on Main, Margaritas on Main, the Lincoln Movie Theater, 7 Bar, 7 Sushi Bar, Bigfoot Comics, Cosmic Comics and Collectibles, CNC Food for Your Soul, R&R Services, taking care of your roofing, your siding, and room addition needs over there. Reach out to these great people and let them know, hey, you understand what they're going through, not just for the business, but for the employees as well. Check them on out over there in Bell Vegas. Huh? How about that, huh? Guys, right there, huh? But we got to stick together no matter what. We got to be together. We got to lock arms with our mask on and support each other. We have to come to that. Maybe we need a new Coke commercial, huh? I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. We need to redo that as we're getting closer and closer to Dre's favorite day, Thanksgiving. It's coming. It's coming as we're going to cook our first turkey ever in the Dre Montez lifetime. I've always had a wife or a grandmother or a mom or aunt to cook Thanksgiving, but this year we're going to do it. I'm still going to other people's house to eat, but here on the main front, I think we're going to try to pull off our first time ever doing a turkey. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to let you guys get back to work, finish your shoulder shake, check out the latest episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast. Do what you got to do. Show some love. Support one another. And, hey, make sure everybody's doing okay. Check on your friend, your people, your neighbor, your loved one, your dog, your cat, your pop. Thanks again, good people. Get back to work. And don't forget to check out the latest episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast.